Here I am again, folks, following up with the second part of what and how to feed your Lagotto. I was just talking a moment ago before my video cut off. 90+% of dogs that were placed and won at the National Dog Show are fed Pro Plan Performance. And as a companion owner, you should take note of that, because if these people have any choice to feed to their show dogs and they choose Pro Plan Performance or Royal Canin, that should mean something to you, because these people are making 6 figures a year. Their entire career depends on how this dog looks, but more importantly, how healthy this dog is. Because if the dog isn't healthy, guess what? They can't take it to a dog show. They can't take it to a dog show. They can't win. They can't win. They can't see their name in lights, and they don't get the bonus from the dog's owner. So there's a lot at stake. And with that many choices of what to feed, and they're choosing Purina Pro Plan or Royal Canin, I think that that should mean something. I also think that the research that I'm speaking of that shows that some of these higher end, high protein, overpriced in my mind, dog foods, because spending a lot of money doesn't always mean the best. It really doesn't. And in this case, it's very evident, because the research is starting to show the issues. We've come a long way from Science Diet, and why anyone would still feed that, I don't know, because Royal Canin has some great specialty diets, and vets should be resorting to a changeover from Science Diet and their specialty veterinary diets to Royal Canin. Ours did. Actually, after watching our dogs be on Royal Canin for a while, they completely switched over their entire office to Royal Canin, and I hope to get the shipping and availability issues worked out with Royal Canin, because I love Royal Canin. Not necessarily more than Pro Plan, like I'm saying, but anyway. So one of the things that people have sent me recently in asking these questions about dog food is a website called Dog Food Advisor. And I want to be careful here, because I don't want to badmouth anyone, but I will point out several things about Dog Food Advisor. The first thing is, the person who writes Dog Food Advisor is a dentist. Yep, a dentist. And maybe he had some chemistry in his college experience. Maybe he even took a nutritional class, but I can tell you it was focused on dentistry. Maybe he even had some organic chemistry, but that is not going to add up to dog food expert. If you look him up on Better Business Bureau and Ripoff Report, there's a long list of complaints, because he indeed is actually charging. He charges, it actually costs $19.99, but he charges $14.99 if you click on it and sign up within 60 seconds of watching this video that's on his website. And he promises to give you the inside scoop on the dog food industry secrets. The inside scoop. So he has an entire website that doesn't have all those secrets. There's more secrets? How did he get those secrets? Who told him the secrets? And how did he verify those secrets? I'm just asking questions. I haven't signed up on anything on his website. And again, I'm not saying anything bad about anyone. I'm just pointing out some facts that are on the internet. So if you're looking at Dog Food Advisor and you've chosen Origin or Blue Buffalo, which, by the way, lied to its consumers about where they were getting and the quality of what they were getting for their protein sources, not cool, don't lie. But also he is getting kickbacks from Chewies. So he's a dentist. There's a ripoff report in Better Business Bureau, complaints against him, and he's getting a kickback. He doesn't say what the kickback is, and it's not for a particular brand of food, but I just see an issue with this, because if your kickback is dependent on people clicking on your site's recommendations, and you're recommending an $80 bag of food over a $45 bag of food, I wonder what the commission is on that. I'm just asking questions, not accusing anyone of anything, just asking questions. So ask questions too. If you have used Dog Food Advisor as a resource for knowledge, I would ask you to dig a little deeper. Look up the same things I did. It's easily found on the internet. The guy who owns the Dog Food Advisor. So, because he's not a fan of ProPlan, he's not a fan of Royal Canin, and I don't really care, because I'm not taking my advice from a dentist. I just want people to feed their dog something that will give their dog the health and nutrition and longevity that they need. And for me, the proof is in the pudding, because I've been doing this 30 years. I have never, ever had an issue with ProPlan Performance. And I have had issues with all the other foods that I listed at some point or another, which is the reason I keep going back to ProPlan. All right, so that is a little bit about what to feed your Lagotto and what not to feed your Lagotto. Now, let's talk about how to feed your Lagotto. So when puppies are starting to wean, usually between the 3 and 4 week mark of a puppy's life here on Earth, and it depends on the litter, depends on the size of the litter, depends on the neurodevelopmental progress of the litter, we start them on a puppy mash. Now, the puppy mash, for the first week, it is the ProPlan Performance 30-20 with goat milk. Makes it soft, soupy mash. That's what I call it, puppy mash. After they have gotten used to that, usually 5 to 7 days, then I switch to water and the ProPlan Performance 30-20. We're feeding it to them several times a day, plus mom is still nursing them. And by the time they're about 6 weeks, they don't have mash anymore, but they have free choice performance, the ProPlan Performance 30-20. And that 24/7, it's in front of them. I don't know when a puppy at that age is going to have a growth spurt. I don't know when they're going to wake up from a nap and want to eat. I love roly-poly puppies, so I offer them their food 24/7. By the time they're 10 weeks old and we have introduced crate training, with the door closed, we begin offering the puppies their food in the crate. Easy peasy sometimes. And then they go home and make liars out of me because they pitch enormous fits. And people call and ask me, are you sure you were feeding your puppy in the crate? I was. Yep. I should do a video of that so everybody believes me. Anyway, people also ask me, why am I not feeding a puppy food? Not feeding a puppy food, specifically puppy, because I have found, and research has shown, and my vet says, and many other vets, and lots of other research from nutritionists are showing that if you're feeding a shelf brand labeled puppy food, you can have issues with the hips, growth plates, neurodevelopmental issues, especially the hip issue. If they're growing too fast, that can cause issues for their growth plates. So we don't feed a straight puppy food. Again, we use the ProPlan Performance 30/20. All right, so let's say you have picked up your puppy. You have your happy, dappy little puppy at home with you. The first 24 to 48 hours, your puppy is not going to eat. They're not going to have their normal appetite. I mean, let's think about this. They've been on the planet only for 10 to 12 weeks. That's an amazing transition. Now, our puppies handle it in stride. It is nothing more than a big adventure to them. And I've proven this time and again. They don't get stressed out or wigged out, but they do have a reduced appetite. So, but you're going to follow that puppy schedule that I've already talked about, and you're going to feed your puppy 3 times a day. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner, 1 cup. You're going to measure out using a measuring cup, 1 cup. And you're going to do that from about 10 to 20 weeks. So a little under 3 months to 5 months. You're going to feed them 3 times a day in their crate with the door shut. And we've talked about this. You're going to give them 10 to 15 minutes to eat. They're not going to starve if they don't eat. They're not going to starve themselves. So that 1 cup, they may eat a 1/4 cup one day. They may eat 1/3 of a cup another day. They may eat the whole cup another day. Whatever they don't eat, you can put back in the bag. Take them out to potty immediately after that 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I have found that some companion owners think, oh goodness, they didn't eat their breakfast, so they're going to be hungry. So at 10 o'clock, they're offering what they didn't eat. Don't do that. Don't do that. You're creating bad eating habits and messing up their metabolism. I can explain that in another video, but suffice it to say that then they won't be hungry for lunch, and you've started a whole cycle where you're off their schedule for triggering them to eat, and you're establishing good nutritional patterns, good eating patterns. You have to do that. All right, so 1 cup twice a day from weeks 20 to 9 months. So 5 to 9 months, you're going to go down to 1 cup 2 times a day. Again, you're going to put the puppy in the crate. You're going to close the door. You're going to be in touch with me, especially if you own one of our puppies. If you already own one of our puppies and you have questions about this, don't hesitate to reach out to me. If you're taking one of our puppies home, understand that you can watch this video, but I'm also going to go over in the training call that we have before the puppies go home lots more details than I can answer questions. So around 20 pounds, and that can vary, sometimes between 5 and 7 months, your dog will weigh around 20 pounds-ish, plus or minus 2 pounds, I would say. You're going to switch from the 30/20 to the 26/16. So from black with purple stripe to black with green stripe. So let's recap. From weeks 10 through 20, which is about 3 months to 5 months, you're going to feed 1 cup 3 times a day in the crate with the door closed. From weeks 20, which is 5 months, to 9 months, you're going to feed 1 cup twice a day. Now, let me give you a little bit of some insider information on the 9-month mark and just Lagotto in general. They're easy keepers. That means what this means to a farm girl. You don't have to feed a lot to keep them nutritionally, metabolically sound. Their weight, they utilize that food in a very efficient way, So they don't need a lot of calories to maintain that weight, which is good and bad, because I find a lot of companion owners let their Lagotto get fat. The Lagotto should weigh between 23 and 32 pounds. I've got some of my boys out of one particular line that can get up to 35 pounds. But stay in touch with me. That's the bottom line. I want you to stay in touch with me. So around 20 pounds, touch base with me. Hey, is it time to switch to the 26-16? Around 6 to 9 months, and you're in touch with me again, I want you to switch to a half a cup twice a day. But again, it depends on when I think your dog has reached full-grown status. So stay in touch with me. If your dog is past that and you feel they're overweight, touch base with me. I can help you do some things that will get your dog back into a healthy weight. And also, when talking about the Lagotto being easy keepers, they are snarfers. By that I mean they'll eat faster than you've ever seen a dog eat. And a lot of times that triggers in us this anthropomorphizing, which is assigning human emotions, human feelings, human logic to animals, to our dogs. And so we look at that and we think, oh my goodness, they're starving. I must feed them more. No, you're just making them fat. You feed them what they need because you love your pet. Repeat after me. I will feed my dog what it needs because I want it to be healthy and because I love my dog. I'll feed my dog what it needs because I love my dog. I won't feed my dog more than it needs because that can cause obesity, which can cause diabetes, thyroid issues, kidney issues, fatty liver issues. And these dogs, they live a long time. Listen, overseas in Europe, these dogs are living 15 to 17, 18 years. And I want to see us honor that longevity that the Europeans have bred into this dog by not messing up and feeding them incorrectly, making them obese. Overseas, sometimes they're viewed as chattel. Dogs are viewed as chattel. By that I mean kind of a possession, kind of like livestock. Not everybody, trust me. The breeders that I have encountered, that I have gotten my dogs from, by far, the large majority of them view them like we do, family members, to be treated correctly, and but they're not having the obesity issues over there that we're having here. So I believe it's because we need to educate companion owners and let them know, just because your Lagotto, and I should show a video of this, are snarfing down their meal, like inhaling it, like in one breath. Oops, gone. Cup of food, gone. That doesn't mean they're hungry. That just means that they're efficient eaters. They're getting it done. They got a job to do, eat that food, and I'm moving on to the next thing. So don't mistake that for I'm hungry. And also don't indulge your Lagotto with treats. They smell everything, and so don't look at your Lagotto who is begging and feel like you have to give them every little morsel that you're eating on your plate, or even a little bit. Save that for training. Save that for when your Lagotto is working for something. Oh, look, you sat. Good. You manded. Here's a treat. Here you go. Just because treats are fine, but don't overdo it. Again, consider 1/8 of a cup and make sure that you're accounting for that with what you also are feeding your Lagotto. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about, and it's actually the last thing, supplements that we use. Everybody needs supplementation, and here's why. Even if you're feeding a balanced diet, you're using ProPlan, you're using Royal Canin. Let's say you didn't listen to me and you wanted to, and I don't mean that harshly. Let's say you opted for another type of food. It calls itself organic and human grade. Well, let's face it, our soil is depleted of nutrients and minerals, so our livestock is depleted. That's where we're getting our meat from, our protein from. Our vegetables, those kind of things are also depleted because our soils are depleted. We're trying to manage that. Organic farming is really trying to manage that, but 9 times out of 10, you might not be feeding an organic food, or if you are, it's still going to be deficient in some things. So we take probiotics, we take vitamins and minerals to supplement our diet, and so therefore our dogs need that too. That's why we use NuVet. NuVet Labs has, and trust me, I've researched this. I've gone to the end of the internet and researched this. NuVet provides a product called NuVet Plus. It's a little tablet. Well, it's not really little, but the dogs love it. Oh my goodness. Love, love, love it. So once a day, they get one of these in their food. They'll eat that before they eat the food. So a couple of things to note on this. And if you're going to order it, it is by veterinary and breeder referral only, so you have to have a code. To order it, you'll call 1-800-474-7044, and you'll use code 58945. I don't get anything back from that except an occasional free wafer. That's what it's called, wafer tablet. All right, so the biggest thing that I've noticed, oh, I just look rough. But this is real as you get, right? This is me, here I am. Every puppy is born with an immature immune system. So what I have found that NuVet Plus does, it helps mitigate the exposure to harmful bacteria and viruses in their new home. So we're asking folks to start your puppies on this as soon as you get them home. By the age of 14 weeks, the studies, and these are independent studies, show that when puppies receive antioxidant supplements, their immune response to vaccinations dramatically improves. So we give NuVet Plus for immune support. We also give NuJoint Plus for some of our antiques, our older dogs. They need the joint support, we feel. I'm not having any hip issues, and I largely attribute it to the fact that we're using this. So I could go into lots of details about antibody titers and vaccine responses, but on a standard diet, the antibody titers are lower than, and the vaccine response is lower than dogs who were fed a standard diet plus this supplementation. So that's the biggest reason, the antioxidants, the probiotics. So now, these are human grade ingredients, and I've just preached to you about human grade being bad, but this is especially formulated using human ingredients for dogs. Specific chemical and organically structured supplementation. It's made in the USDA, it's FDA registered, produced in a pharmaceutical laboratory, and it's got a 60-day money-back guarantee. So Again, you can order that by calling 1-800-474-7044 and use the code 58945. Save your money on crazy expensive dog food and feed Pro Plan Performance, and then add these wafers. You'll thank me later. So I hope you've enjoyed this segment. Loaned it up in 2 videos. I don't know why my YouTube is cutting off the videos. Maybe one of you out there in YouTube land can help this newbie figure that out. Anyway, I love y'all because I think you guys are the best owners in the world having one of our Lagotto. And if you already have one of our Lagotto or you're getting one of our Lagotto and you have questions about this video, nutrition, dog food, give me a call, 770-608-1119. Also be sure to check out our website, 2by2lagotto.com. That's TWOBY-TWOLAGOTTO.com. You can reach us at email at the same thing, 2by2lagotto@comcast.net. And please like our video here. Show us some love. Subscribe to us. Hit that subscribe button and share. Share us all over Facebook and the internet and social media. All right, guys, have a great day and stay warm and dry.